Cleveland, Ohio.
Really?
And I grew up looking at those, what, your credits are at the beginning? Oh, how I love the movies.
You did?
Oh, I did.
What age on stage?
Well, I first performed professionally when I was about 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
On stage. I bet you loved it.
Yes, I love.
Sing.
Well, I love performing.
Were you funny too then?
Yes, well, because I had a lisp, I was very funny. I used to say, "Pass the butter," and everybody'd fall on the floor.
Did you really have a lisp? How did you get rid of that?
Just out of people making fun of me. I really, people not understanding it, but that I did know that I liked them when they laughed. But I had a teacher that said, "Oh, she'll never learn." And I was in class saying, "President, President, President." And she called my mother and said, "Well, I'm sorry, Catherine will never lose that lisp." And I looked right at her and I said, "President."
Catherine.
Catherine Gloria.
Catherine Gloria. Daliana.
Yes.
You're Italian.
Named after Gloria Swanson, so you can tell my age.
Your mother loved Gloria Swanson,
yes.
Is that it? Cleveland, Spike Jones. Tell me about Spike Jones.
Spike Jones, I didn't realize how lucky I was to be hooked up with Spike Jones very early in my career, because he was a great satirist and a perfectionist and somewhat of a genius.
What happened? How did...
Well, he heard about me. I was playing clubs back in Cleveland and in Battle Creek, Michigan.
I did too.
And there was a comedian, I'm sure you remember Harvey Stone.
I certainly do.
And Harvey Stone told Spike Jones about me. No, he told Frank Barbero at the Bowery in Detroit about me. And I went to the Bowery in Detroit and I said to Frank Barbero the magic words. I said, "You look just like Leo Carrillo." And he put me on next to closing. There were 18 acts on the bill, and Mitzi Mayfair was the star that week. And I stopped the show cold because I was young and dumb. I didn't know that I couldn't stop the show. I did impressions of Judy Garland and Betty Hutton, and Spike Jones heard about that performance from Frank Barbero.
Right.
And he said, "Kid, if you ever come to California, I'll give you a job." So having the authority of innocence, I bought a one-way ticket to California.
You did?
And checked into the Biltmore Hotel. At that time, it was the chicest, with $75 to my name. And I called Spike Jones at Paramount Pictures. He was doing a movie.
Right.
And I waited in that room before television for 3 days and waited for him to call me back. And he did call me back. And he bailed me out of the hotel and gave me a job.
What was the job?
I doubled on flute and tuba in his band, and I played a trick tuba, which had a spittoon in it. And after I go boom, 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 then I'd empty it out. And there was a water bucket inside. But it was all timed with in seconds.
How did wonderful television shows, you got on Doris Day and all these great shows, Perry Como's and all these wonderful shows you've done. Tell me
Perry
about...
Como was first. First of all, Mel Torme was my mentor in television.
He was?
Yes, he did the first color TV show at CBS. And we did that 5 days a week for 28 weeks with Red Norvo and Neil Hefti and Peggy King, the Meadowlarks. Steve Allen was on the show a lot. And then Steve Allen put me on The Tonight Show.
And that's...
Yes.
That's where
and then Jack Parr, and then Johnny Carson, and then I got Mothers-in-Law, and that kind of changed my life.
So Mothers-in-Law from all this. Let's go back.
Can't go back much further.
Yeah, I want to go back now. I want to go back. I love what you said, Jack Parr.
Yes.
Because I've seen you at the Jack Parr show.
I love Jack Parr.
You're missing one thing.
What?
The bonsoir.
The bonsoir. And the Blue Angel.
And the Blue Angel. Those are very important years in your life. It should be.
Yes, they were.
Because it was very important in my life because I used to see you there.
That's really...
Very much.
You don't look that old, Skippy.
Oh, don't you worry about it.
No, the Blue Angel attracted every celebrity in the world. It was there I met Cole Porter, Miss Steinget, Josephine Baker. I was on the bill with Jean Sablon, Charles Trenet, and all these super chic people. And it was quite thrilling.
And Jack Parr?
Jack Parr, I love Jack Parr.
Me too.
I must confess that he was my favorite.
Me too.
And Steve Allen.
What makes Kaye Ballard Jack Parr's favorite? Because he's my favorite.
I loved his vulnerability and his sincerity.
Yeah.
You know, he always said hello.
He did?
I mean, of course...
Some don't?
No.
No.
I guess the other one that I favor as much as Jack Paar is Merv Griffin.
Uh-huh.
Merv Griffin has been the most loyal to me of all the talk show people.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
But your songs, you're doing an act now, a brand new act, a one-woman show.
Well, some of it is old because I use part of my life as means to entertain.
Uh-huh.
See?
Because Robert Morse in True, doing a one-man show.
Yes. I knew Truman
Jackie
Capote
Mason.
very well, so
Did you
know
really?
how. Yes, it was so funny. Truman Capote took me to see the Vamp opening night, and that wasn't a successful show, but in comparison to today, what's going on today,
Right.
to me it was. And I sat there and I was looking at it, and Truman said, "Kaye, how do you like it?" And I said, "I don't know." And he says, "Oh, yes, you do."
He was fun, wasn't he?
He was wonderful.
Yes.